Good morning, Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. If you're tuning in live, it is before 6 a.m. here on Friday. I'm in my office working in the morning here, getting some stuff done. Let's see. The big question this morning: did it snow? Did it snow? Of course, we're supposed to get some snow today, and people are saying we're going to wake up to some snow covering this morning. And I'm here to report that there's no snow outside, at least here in Ellenville. There is no snow. The weather for here is, let's see. Well, now it says mixed rain and snow. When I got to the office, now it says snow on my. It says snow in here. When I got to my office, that was rain. I don't think it's snowing. I don't imagine it is. It wasn't. It wasn't about 25 minutes ago. So then it says 39 degrees. But there is no snow outside as of right now. So, um, hopefully we'll avoid the snow today. Hopefully. Let's see. Some updates here at the restaurant. Of course, it's cold out now, and our outside dining. It's out there. We had a couple last night that wanted to go sit outside in the rain under the tent. We are not really doing that because we have to send wait staff out to wait on you. So if it's crappy like this, we're not requiring our staff to run back and forth through the weather and through the cold. If you want to get takeout and sit in our back garden, you're welcome to do that. Get takeout and go back and sit there. But it is cold. We did buy blankets. Jamie went and got a bunch of blankets that are here, able to use, that we laundry, that we send to the laundry service. So there are blankets here if you need a blanket sitting outside. But again, no full service out there because we can't expect our staff to run back and forth. In either of those. It was literally raining last night, and guests wanted to sit out in the back garden. So it's not full service back there nights like that. Hopefully, we'll get a couple good more good. Hopefully, we'll get a couple good more days in the garden with all the heaters and everything. So hopefully that'll happen, and some of the fall weather will continue. I want to talk about something that is brand new here at the restaurant. And by the way, if you're tuning in, just drop a comment live. I see Allison dropped a comment. Good morning, #live. If you're tuning in live, I know it's earlier than some of my Facebook lives typically. I got a busy day here in the office getting some work done. So let's see. Okay, something new that's totally new here. Yesterday I talked about our new banana bourbon. I think we sold like 3 bottles of the banana bourbon last night. It is flying off the shelves, this banana infused bourbon. But right now, something brand new, and we're sending out an email with this today. And Jamie mentioned on her Facebook Live yesterday, and I mentioned a little bit too. We have these frozen pizzas that are coming from Naples, Italy. Really cool stuff. I've known about this for a while, last year and a half or so at a food show. I ran into these people. They're importing hand-stretched, real Neapolitan pizza from Naples, hand-stretched, properly fermented, the whole deal, all the local ingredients down there, the local tomatoes, the local flour, basically, and it's wood-fired. And it is made by master pizza makers down there. Pizza is a very serious thing in Naples, Italy. Naples, Italy. It's a very, very serious thing. It was invented in the mid 17th century. Pizza. When they first started making it, they were bringing tomatoes over from Peru. Peru is actually the birthplace of tomatoes. Italy just has an amazing climate and has perfected the San Marziano tomato and other tomatoes in Italy. But tomatoes truly are from Peru. They're from the deserts of Peru. Tomatoes can actually grow. The original tomato, they grow in deserts, and they barely need any water, and these things really thrive. And they have these little tiny red tomatoes. Well, Italy has hybridized them, cultivated them, and made these into this, as we know today, the tomato. So, I mean, 200 years ago, tomatoes weren't a thing at all. 150 years ago, tomatoes really weren't a thing. So, tomatoes were introduced to pizza in 1889, I believe. They were introduced, and I'm sorry, no, cheese was introduced to pizza in 1889. The tomatoes previously to that, originally they were thought to be poisonous, but then they realized how good they tasted, so then they started cultivating tomatoes. So, yeah, tomatoes have a really cool history Nothing like the tomato plant we know today. They literally grow in the desert, need no water, and they thrive, and they have these little tiny red tomatoes. So that's where tomatoes were born. So Italy thought, the people in Italy and Naples thought that the tomatoes were poisonous. They're very skeptical, but they tasted great. And they started cultivating them. In 1889, cheese was introduced to the pizza for the very first time. Mozzarella was added to it, and thus the traditional pizza was born. So Naples is extremely serious about pizza. You can get certified. There's a guild there that will certify master pizzaiolos, and they do that. There's actually a place in Hudson, New York, Oak, which they're actually certified from this organization, and they make amazing pizza. One of my favorite pizza places is Oak up in Hudson. So, and it's really like this stuff is a passion and a tradition. So this pizza here is imported from Naples. It's on our grocery list now. It's not being served in our dining room. It's not replacing our thin crust pizza by any means. This is just added to our grocery list. 10.99. 10.99. It's frozen. Literally in 15 minutes, you will have the most amazing world-class Napolitan pizza in your home kitchen. So the deal with this is, you thaw it 3 to 5 minutes, and then you bake it for 8 to 12 minutes, depending upon how you want the crust. And the directions are on here. It's super easy to follow, and it's made with all the real ingredients from Naples. It's a hand-stretched crust. You can see, and it's wood-fired. It's actually wood-fired, so you'll see that it does have imperfections in here. So it's not like a perfectly made pizza. They're different shapes. Some of them have those nice char marks on them from the wood-fired pizza. Everybody that we've given this to, we had a party the other night for our daughter's 21st birthday, and this is one of the items we bought it for. One of the items, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I'll take these at home, Marcus. Can you get us some for home?" So it's like, I don't know why this isn't on our grocery list, right? So it's now on our grocery list. 10.99. They're frozen. We have more coming in tomorrow. We have about a case or so in stock now, but people are saying, I want it. We have the classic margarita, and we also have a broccoli rabe pizza. So it's white, it's cheese and broccoli rabe. It is really good as well. Same price as well, 10.99, and it's basically take home, freeze it, keep it frozen, and bake it. So take and bake, real Napolitan pizza. That's one of the biggest disappointments. Jamie and I love pizza. We love really good pizza. When I was in Colorado at the restaurant there, we had a great wood burning oven, amazing wood burning oven, and I really got into the fermentation of dough and making really good pizza. And it's amazing. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of places just don't make good pizza. They don't ferment the dough long enough. There's not enough flavor. The oven's not proper. They're using screens instead of a nice brick bottom. So it's just and so a lot of places just fall very short. And you cannot compare a Napolitan pizza to a regular pizzeria pizza. Two totally different things, by the way. If regular pizzeria pizza is totally different than Napolitan pizza. The ingredients, the passion, the flavors. The key to making really good pizza is the dough and the fermentation, the slow fermentation process, the flavors that come out. Some pizzerias put so much yeast in their dough that their dough's literally ready in 5-6 hours, and if they don't watch it, the dough overproofs. But these places pump out a lot of pizza dough, and so they're literally making pizza dough every single day. Really, good pizza dough will take 3 days to make, 2-3 days to make. The slow fermentation in the refrigerator, using a poolish or using some kind of starter with it to begin with. So you're basically using really developed yeast, really developed dough to begin with, to start your dough. So it can be, pizza can be very passionate, just like bread. So do not confuse this with regular pizzeria pizza. Nothing like that. So good morning to everybody who's tuning in. Good morning. Ellie, Sean, Albie. Good morning, Albie. So so it is not snowing here. I don't know if it's snowing where you are. If it is snowing where you are, drop a comment, say it's snowing there. Albie, I know you're up in Grahamsville. I don't know how much different the weather is up here than there, but it is not snowing here. No snow Tammy says, I think good hot heat in wood ovens is important too. Absolutely. You need a 900 degree wood burning oven. Coal ovens too. Coal ovens are great too. Coal ovens are really nice because they get really hot and the oven's basically always on. Like if you ever go to like Anthony's Coal Fired Pizza in or any of the locations, any of these coal-fired pizza places, that oven never ever turns off. That oven stays on 24 hours a day. That oven is hot. Sean says no snow in Montgomery. Albie says it's raining, and that's in Grahamsville. So yeah, it's just raining here. That's all that's happening. So no snow. The weather says the weather app here, or the iPhone weather app says it might snow later today. Let's see, because this morning it had it. I know they changed it to rain. When I got up this morning, it was supposed to be snowing by noon, 1 o'clock. Now it's all rain. So, yep, so that's changed. Now it's 45 degrees. It was just 30. Oh, that's New York. I'm looking in New York. It says snowing here. Let's see. It won't slide over for me. Oh, because it's already slid over. Yeah, so it's still saying 1 o'clock snow. 50% chance here in Ellenville. It says 8 a.m. snow, but it's 37 degrees. Well, let's hope it doesn't snow. Let's hope for a couple more good days of fall. And that is it. So awesome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I got to do a couple of things. And got some phone calls this morning I got to take care of, my coaching calls. And Tammy says, where are you located? So, Tammy, we're in Ellenville. So that's where we're located. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Check out our new wine list. Our new wine list has 33 wines that are under $30. A lot of really cool gems in there, a lot of amazing values. I've talked about our wine philosophy many times here, the wines we purchase. It's super easy for a restaurant to go buy $3-4 bottles of wine, $5 bottles of wine. That's not what we're about. All of our wine is very carefully selected from vineyards that we've actually been to personally, people that we know, that we put our stamp of approval on. Jamie and I have been to several vineyards that we don't buy from anymore because we're just not impressed with the overall production, the quality, the non-friendly feel. There's been vineyards we've been to where like we're never buying their wine again. Like the owners are very standoffish or whatever. Something's wrong here, or there is no owner there. It turned out to be a co-op of some sort. It turned out to be something we weren't expecting. So there's actually been wines on our wine list that we've actually removed from our wine list because after we've been to the vineyard, we're like, we just don't feel this vineyard. And some of the wines, one of the wines was the top-rated Verdejo in Spain. The top-rated #1 Verdejo in Spain. We were serving it, went to the vineyard, and we're like, we don't like what's going on here. Too big of an operation, this and that, and so we dropped it off of our list of #1 Verdejo. And the restaurant would jump on top of the opportunity to serve the #1 Spanish Verdejo out there, and we're like, that's just not us, totally not us. So our new wine list, currently updated, newly updated, has 33 wines that are $30 to $29 or less. There's about 6 wines that are $19. So if you come in here and sit down and get a bottle of wine, you have several options for $19, and you have almost 30 options for $29. So under $30, there's over 30 options, 33 options. Jamie and I are really proud of that. And part of that is because we can now buy things in bulk. In many more cases, we shortened our list down. We still have 140 some wines on our list, but at one point we were top 250 wines. But we still have 140 wines on our list. All of our wines are available to go by the bottle, unopened. We are allowed, because of COVID, to sell like a liquor store. So everything we have, including our beer, everything we have, we can send out. I updated the beer list as well too. There are some amazing gems on the beer list, like some outrageous beers, like this 2017 Eisbach Barrique that's barrel aged. This Eisbach from Schneider Weiss is barrel aged in American Pinot Noir barrels for 21 months. 21 months. Eisbach is a really interesting beer because they make a Bock, a German style Bock. This is from Germany. They freeze it, and the alcohol doesn't freeze, as we know. The water part freezes. They freeze it, remove the ice, and get this concentrated Bock called an Eisbach. So these beers are expensive because you lose a lot. Now take 21 months and stick it into French Pinot Noir barrels, and you have like a dream of a beer here. This beer is pricey. This beer is $40, $39 on our menu. But for what it is what it is. It's a very expensive 21-month oak aged Pinot Noir barrel beer, Eisbach to begin with. We have some more other Schneider Weisses. Here's a 2014 that's aged in Chardonnay barrels, and this is a Bock that's aged in Chardonnay barrels. A combination of their Bock and Eisbach, so it's a blend. This is 100% Eisbach. This is a blend of Eisbach and their Bock, and this is aged in Chardonnay barrels. That's 2014. Here's their Cuvée Barrique from 2016. Vintage beers are a hot thing. This is also aged in Chardonnay barrels. These are on our list. So beers, a lot of beers are able to go the distance. Not a lot, but there's certain beers that are made to go the distance when it comes to aging. So not every beer at all. But there are certain beers. When you get to these beers, this is like a 12% beer. This is almost a 10% alcohol. The higher the alcohol, the better it ages. That's one of the prerequisites for a good quality aging beer. But this beer right here will age 20 years easily, 20, 25 years. Easily age that. It's such a well-structured, high alcohol beer. And a lot of times, when you're aging, your whiskey aging beer, when they put in whiskey barrels, bourbon barrels, rye barrels, things like that, you actually need the beer to mellow out, and you might need a year on it, maybe even more, to round that beer out, because sometimes they're so hot going into the bottles, into the package, into the kegs. If you look on our tap beer list, you'll see things that are on deck. We're actually aging a bunch of barrel aged beers, and right now we have the North Coast Old Ale on, which is like a 2-year-old beer. We just tapped it, and that was barrel aged in whiskey barrels. It has 14%. So I think we have a CBS keg too that we're aging. So that is actually on our up and coming list, not yet tapped on our beer list, and we have I don't know, 12 or 15 of these kegs in our walk-in that are aging, and you actually need a year, and a year can transform these beers amazingly. So really experiment with if you're buying barrel aged beers, always buy extra in bottles, and taste one now and then age the rest for a year. Write the dates on them. We log all of our beer with little stickers that say the date on them, so we know exactly when it was. But Schneider Weiss makes it easy because they actually put the date right on the top up there. So where are we? Right there. See, 2016. Schneider Weiss makes it easy, but a lot of breweries don't. They make it a guessing game, so we always log in so we don't lose track of these beers. And if you go onto our beer list, you'll see lots of beers have that vintage date on them. So that's really cool. Tammy says, gotta go. I guess gotta go to Aroma Time, or gotta go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We really, really appreciate it. All the support. And again, like I said, our outdoor dining is there on colder nights and things like that. It's self-serve. It's not full service. If you want to order your food, do takeout and take it to the back guard. That's perfectly fine. I can't expect my staff to run in and out in the cold weather. Hopefully you understand that. The heaters are out there. We'll even turn the fire on for you if we have a chance. But the heaters are out there. It does heat up, but I just can't expect my staff to run in and out of the rain, things like that. So we actually had people last night that wanted to sit outside. So that's the deal with that. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I got to go. Got a bunch of stuff to do this morning. And drop a comment if you were tuning in live, or it's on the replay. Drop a comment if it snowed by you. That'd be cool. No snow here. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later.